Hello viewers, Marianne from Revealing Light Tarot. I want to take a look at Representative John Ratcliffe today. Of course, he's Trump's pick to replace Dan Coates as Director of National Intelligence. A look at the news feeds today tells me that there is story after story after story that this person is not qualified to take on that position. Even some Republicans are feeling a little bit uncomfortable with this. Now, he's still got to be confirmed. I think Dan Coates is standing down in August. Who is John Lee Ratcliffe? Well, he's in his first term representing Texas 4th District. Okay, so he's been in the House since 2015. Okay, now he's, as I said, a former US attorney. There's been now a story this morning talking about a misrepresentation. He talks, or his PR people have talked about him representing a terrorist case in the past, and of course that turns out to be a bit of a misrepresentation. Yeah, damning headlines here. Damning headlines. And of course we know who he is. He seemed to be auditioning for the job when he confronted Mueller when Mueller testified before Congress. You know, it was just a blatant ignorance, really. It was just that. He displayed blatant ignorance, seemingly scoring a point while ignoring the findings of the Mueller report, which actually did find that he couldn't exonerate Trump from obstruction. So, all sorts of headlines from, this is an attempt to neutralise spy agencies, etc. Now, this goes to, this just doesn't affect the US. As you know, Australia, England, Canada, we share intelligence resources. We share intelligence findings. So if you've got John Ratcliffe in America trying to, with an aim to try and be like William Barr is to the Attorney General, but do that in terms of intelligence, that's going to affect relations and intelligence sharing across the world. We may no longer be confident that we're going to be sharing intelligence in a bipartisan environment. Okay, and with Trump's documented connections to Russia, we might be very concerned about sharing intelligence. So I listened to an interview with a former US ambassador to Moscow, and he's saying pretty much the same thing. So today I want to take a look at this. I want to drill down a bit on why Trump wants him in that position, and then I want to see if he'll be confirmed. It's pretty much a foregone conclusion with the Republicans controlling the Senate that he will be. But you never know, okay? Nothing's set in stone. There could be some more things come out before his actual confirmation, which would make him really, it's a no. But let's see what will happen. Okay, I'm going to use my Kipper cards. Haven't used them for a long time, but I'll use them today because sometimes they tell a narrative, and then I'll deepen the reading with the Rider-Waite deck. So let's have a look. Why did Trump pick or want? Why does Trump want John Ratcliffe to replace Dan Coates as Director of National Intelligence in the US? Why does Trump want Ratcliffe to be the next Director of National Intelligence in the US? John Ratcliffe, why does Trump want him there? Why does Trump want him in that position? Ooh, okay, so I think it's to run a counter narrative. So what I saw was Donald Trump really in front of lighting, going on television. This is around putting a spotlight on Trump as someone who is above the Russiagate. It's really seeking to recraft the narrative. So let's have a look. Okay, I'm just going to bring the laptop down and we'll pull these cards. So what happens with Kipper is I'm going to put John Ratcliffe right here in the centre as the main male, and what goes behind him is what's happened in the past, and what goes in front could be what will happen in the future. And already I'm drawing some pretty interesting cards. Okay, there's a fair bit of expectation. Yeah. Okay. Wow. All right. Right. Okay. I'm not really surprised about this reading. Let me just bring the screen up so that you can actually get a good look at this spread. Okay, so in the past we've got distant horizons, which I'm intuitively drawn to Russia, and this is again recrafting the narrative. We've got the Thief here, which is pretty much like the Seven of Swords in the tarot. This is someone who is attempting to get away with something. This is a strategy that will seek to reorder something and recraft it. We've got the deal. There's been a deal made with Ratcliffe at some point between Trump and Ratcliffe. What does that involve? We'll deepen that in the tarot. What has Ratcliffe been promised? This is his first term in Congress. He's an attorney, a former attorney in Texas. That's it. Who is he beyond what we already know? What has he been promised? Okay, there is a high expectation on this person, and I'm really getting a position, a draw to, Trump putting out staff wanted ads. A lot of the good people that were in these positions can no longer work with Trump. And so he's going down and down and down the pecking order towards Tea Party, far-right picks who are clearly not qualified for the job that they're doing. And this is going to bring Trump undone in the end. It's all contributing to the ending of his presidency in one way or another. Okay, so it's interesting, yeah. I can see also from a numerology point of view that this actually is we've got these 9s and 10s, but we've also got, partnering with people in some kind of inspirational, creative plan as well. But it's not already what I'm seeing is that it's not going to work. It's just not going to work out. So he is trying to build structures as we move from the past toward now we're moving into the present and future. He's trying to build partnerships. This is Trump here. He's trying to build partnerships here to strengthen his foundations. He sees intelligence as one of his most vulnerable areas. Really, since the day that he got in, he's been on the front foot and the offensive, attacking the FBI, attacking the CIA, attempting to reorder and recast. This is the moves of an autocrat and almost an authoritarian, well, I won't say almost an authoritarian leader, that he builds these foundations in order to reorder the natural order of intelligence in this case, but not just intelligence. We've got the courts with the Supreme Court picks. We've got all his cabinet secretaries, former lobbyists. It just goes on and on and on. But in reality, what it's doing is it's contributing to the ending of his presidency. I have to say, Trump is no powerful, wizard that's going to escape what's coming to him. These most obvious moves are very transparent. 54% in one of the latest polls in the US will not vote for Trump again, and the reasons that they won't is exactly in this spread. So. Where are we now? Okay, so building foundations here with Ratcliffe, but as I said, having to go down the order here. Staff wanted, a lot of the high quality candidates for these positions just won't work with him anymore. Now, in the future, there's a lesson here for Ratcliffe with this card. He is actually thinking about how he will go forward. So there is a fairly pertinent matter here when he first comes in, if he comes in. This could also be the Congress as well, having a really good think about whether or not they should confirm this person, because it's the number 7. Everybody knows that there's going to be lessons here. They already know. We already know before we're, at some level of our being, we know when we're heading for trouble and lessons. And I seem to think, well, I'm getting the draw that this is not just Ratcliffe having a good think, but this is also the Senate as well. But he's definitely been asked to really come up with a strategy by this president to recast the narrative here. And I go back to the genesis of the Mueller investigation. This is what is most driving Trump. And even though it's unrealistic that he can do this, he's going to try anyway, just as he's put William Barr as the head of the DOJ to do a similar thing. Now, what happens with Trump's fix-its, Mr. Fixers, as I've previously read, they come undone in some way or another. Now, okay, so it looks to me something else is coming up. It's 2 7s here. The number 4 lessons and at a very, very deep level. Looks like something's coming up with this message of concern around Ratcliffe. A paper, an envelope, a communication is being handed to somebody, and because it comes before the number 33, the concern in the Kipper. It's telling me, I see this as Republicans themselves having deep concerns about this appointment. That's interesting. That's interesting. So what I'm going to do now is I think we understand the narrative that's gone behind in the past around Ratcliffe's being chosen. There are expectations. This is again Donald Trump operating the presidency like a corporation and putting key people in particular areas of concern. I'm not even going to say departments or divisions. These are areas of concern here with one aim, and that is to protect Trump. But also there's ego. There's ego involved in this decision as well, because Trump, one of the things that he said in his inauguration is that he wanted to be remembered. He wanted to make voters proud of him. Well, he's actually done the opposite. So this again is his pathological narcissistic personality. He's actually done the opposite from the get-go, where people are not proud. They see him a little bit, most right-thinking voters. In fact, the majority, according to the latest polls, see him as some kind of pariah. That won't stop him because he's blinkered. He can't see beyond his own aims. He's going to try and recast the narrative so that he's presented in a more positive light. But I do feel something's coming out in relation to Ratcliffe. Who Ratcliffe's been involved with in the past, who he's done deals with in the past, who he's partnered with in the past. I feel there's a message coming, a communication, a news story, something going to come out which is going to cause the senators quite a lot of concern. All right, so let's drill down on what's to come. Matt Whitaker is coming to mind. Such an obvious ridiculous choice is coming to mind. It's a bit like this. So, Trump might actually go to plan B here. He might actually come forward with someone else once this comes out regarding Ratcliffe. But look, I won't get ahead of myself. We'll need to read whether he'll be confirmed at this stage. Remember, tarot will deal with the here and now and possible futures. So we've got the 4 of Pentacles coming out in terms of insecurity here. Trump's insecurity. All right, let's go to the 3 main cards here. We'll keep Ratcliffe and Trump in the centre. And we'll take a look at what's unfolding here with these 3 cards. Some kind of strategy, but there's some kind of communication which is actually going to cause the senators quite a lot of concern. So let's have a look at I'll bring the laptop down and we'll continue with the reading. All right, we'll get rid of these so I've got a little bit more room. We've got Ratcliffe and we've got Trump. Okay, Ratcliffe being brought in to recast the narrative around the genesis of the Mueller investigation, but also broader than that. There's it's a partisan position that he's got here, unfortunately, and of course intelligence should be bipartisan. So let's have a look at what this thoughts. Can I have some clarity on this number 7, this thoughts, this thinking, this strategies that Trump is actually undertaking. Clarity on thoughts, clarity on the thoughts. Kipper card, clarity on the thoughts. Okay, so I've got some cards that have fallen out. So yeah, we've got the keeping of secrets here with the High Priestess in the tarot. So he's actually been brought in. Now, this is quite worrying, I have to say. This is quite a worrying card. The strategy that he has, that he and Trump are considering is around burying intelligence materials, I feel, or trying to defend this president. So that tells me there are intelligence that has already been gathered around the Trump organization, and we've got a justice here. So this could also be intelligence that is already in the hands of the FBI and other investigators. And because the card on the bottom of the Kipper is the Lover's card, corresponding with the Lover's card in the tarot, I'm feeling this is around Russia with this World card here. Okay, so that's the strategy, but it seems to be subverting, recasting the narrative, but more than that, it's a little bit worrying. It's more than reordering the narrative. It's actually I feel, according to my intuitive impressions, it's actually an attempt, I feel, to subvert intelligence. And here we go with the partisan aspect of this appointment. Now, this 7 here, again with the 7s, and I can't say this more strongly because I've picked these 2 7s and then in front of a concern here. I feel that this plan is not going to come to fruition, that it's going to be stopped in some way. So let's have a look at the message card. Number 7, lessons to be learned, and at a fairly deep level here, not just for Ratcliffe but for Trump. I feel the same with William Barr. They are skating on very, very thin ice here, with potential loss coming out. Oh, I love that, because of the deals that have been done with Trump, the Mr. Fixes. They never end up well, do they? Okay, could I have some clarity, please, here, Spirit, on the message, the number 7? What sort of communication? Is it a news story? What's likely to come out on this appointment, or the reasons for this appointment? I've just seen such damning headlines here. It's almost as though we know what's happening before it's going to happen. Clarity on the 7, please. Clarity on the 7. Clarity on the 7. Okay, let's have a look at what's coming around here. Okay, whatever it is, it's going to end something, and my feeling was that something may come up. Now, there's an abuse of power here. So what is this? What is this? And we've got isolation. Okay, that's pretty clear. I'll draw one more, and a reevaluation. Those cards are pretty clear. To me. Okay, let me just bring them back up here. Something's going to come out which might end this person's nomination, or if he does get nominated, some scandal. It's like a scandal coming out, because we've got the abuse of power, we've got someone being isolated, and we've got a reevaluation here. So it could be that Trump goes to plan B and chooses something else, someone else, which is what he did. He put Whitaker in there as an interim pick, and then he moved to William Barr, the heavy hitter, who, after this I'm going to take a look at Barr, because I feel that every time I draw cards for him, they are woeful. Okay, they are absolutely woeful. He's chained to this president, like it or lump it, for various reasons, and it's going to be an undoing for him because this is the Great Awakener, the Saturn, the Devil card. Whatever's going to come forward, because I was talking about Bar, is going to be a horrendous, well, it's going to be a big wake-up call for Bar. And this might come post-Trump, but either way, I feel that he's finished. Okay, I won't take those cards. Let's just keep going. Okay, Spirit. Concern. Looks like someone's reevaluating plans and thinking about creative solutions. Could be the Republicans thinking about creative solutions here once something comes out about Ratcliffe, or if he's confirmed there's some kind of something coming out here. Let's have a look. Can we deepen this reading, Spirit? What do we need to know about this Kipper card? Concern. Who's concerned? Are the Republicans concerned? Are the establishments concerned? Senior people, could even be the military, are concerned. Tell me about this concern here. Tell me about this concern. Okay, let's have a look. Ooh, okay, so there's loss here. There's loss, and this can also be divorce as well. Now, not in its literal sense, not someone's going to get a divorce, but it means a breaking of a tie here, the breaking of a partnership. And here we go. We've got Queen of Cups. Yeah. Okay. So this is telling me that something is going to be revealed that's going to cause a lot of concern, and there's going to be some kind of move to support a different plan that won't cause so much loss. We've got new beginnings here, so I do feel that if he's going to be concerned, okay, he's in debt. Okay, so when I say he's in debt, it's not a monetary debt. This could be, what is that? The Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving help. It could even be something like a story coming out who he's been tied to as a lawyer in the past or as an attorney in the past. There's some really quite damning information likely to come out. Yeah, okay. So we've got what's hidden from our view is the Four of Wands, which I feel is this White House card, and we've got the work here. So I do feel this has been, as I said, it's not only a plan to recast the narrative, it goes a lot deeper than that. Okay, it goes to try to subvert, in a way, intelligence. So let's drill down. We'll put our Kipper cards to one side and we'll drill down on what are they trying to subvert. What are they trying to subvert? All right, let's have a look here. What are they trying to subvert? I'll use my my Rider-Waite now. Let me just give these a good shuffle. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? What are they trying to subvert? What intelligence are they trying to... Giving and receiving help. I feel it's around what help Russia gave. Okay, so what is already... the counterintelligence investigation into Russia. There's something there they want to subvert. Keep coming back to Trump's tax returns. Some proof that that there's been proof of a money trail that leads to Russia and others. All right, what information is this desperate president trying to subvert? What information is this desperate president trying to subvert in the appointment of John Ratcliffe? What information is he trying to subvert? Okay. It's money again. It's a money trail. Counterintelligence. Deals around money that could end this presidency. Abuse of power with the Five of Swords. He's seems to be isolated on this with this Hermit coming up, and again this is a reevaluation here, and secrets coming out. honestly, I don't think it's going to be successful, but he's certainly going to try and attempt it. Let's look at whether or not Ratcliffe will be confirmed. We've got those Kipper cards that are saying something's going to come forward, which is not going to be put Ratcliffe in a positive light. Could be who he's done deals with in the past, who he's partnered with, something that would make it incomprehensible for him to be a director of national intelligence. Okay, all right. So will John Ratcliffe will his nomination be confirmed by the Senate? I'm hearing a no, but you know. Okay, so we've got as the signifier card again, we've got giving and receiving help. So again, this could be, as I said, who he could have partnered with. Yeah, he's going to be isolated. He's challenged by not enough support. Let's bring the laptop down. I hope that this reading is right. Foundation of the reading, reevaluation in order to achieve a goal. Yeah. We've got the High Priestess in the past, keeping of secrets. So this is not just Trump's secrets Ratcliffe wants to keep, but this is also his own. There's something here with the King of Wands. This is the potential future. I do see this as the lawmakers. Let's just see what they're going to do. Yeah, Trump with this King of Pentacles in the near future, but he's sitting right against an isolation and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, judgment currently. This appointment's being judged and not judged well. The environment that he has really stirred up is this idea or these concerns around this appointment is not bipartisan and he does not have the qualifications. But there's something else coming, I feel. The hopes and the fears with the Tower card and the outcome retreat. I feel that this nomination, the Magician, okay, I feel that the Republicans, senators are so concerned, and we've got moving on. What's at the base of this reading? Yeah, okay, there's some sort of surprise news coming. I've got so many cards, not enough hands. There's some sort of surprise news coming which will cause Ratcliffe to walk away, or Trump. There's some loss coming up here. Now that's will he be confirmed with the retreat card? I have to say, according to a strict interpretation of the tarot, that is in the outcome position. This is a retreat, so this is telling me that that he possibly will not be confirmed, and that the Republicans will move to Plan B. I don't know what's coming up for Ratcliffe, but there's something there. He's being judged, and the justice. It feels to me that this nomination is not just. It's not fair. It shouldn't proceed, and there's going to be quite a lot of judgment against it proceeding. According to my spread, it may not. If he does get confirmed, there might be something coming out once he is confirmed that would be an absolute scandal there. Okay, I want to just take. Let me just adjust that. I just want to take a quick look. We're at 28 minutes, so I don't want the reading to be too long. Just want to take a quick look at William Barr, because I'm just going to ask: is he involved in this plan? Is he involved? Has he seen something through the Mueller report that would lead him to think about trying to get in there? And there's some kind of plan here. These plans are quite sophisticated. What does Barr do? He recasts, doesn't he? It could also even be stopping the House from getting hold of stuff, intelligence. That could be it as well, going back into the past. Let's just have a look. Is William Barr involved in these plans? Let's just put it broadly like that, to subvert, allegedly, apparently, possibly, perhaps, subvert, these are my intuitive impressions, subvert Justice, well, let's be more specific. Is Barr involved in a plan to hide, put on the back burner, not bring forward counterintelligence material? Hide counterintelligence material, hide counterintelligence. Obstruct is what I'm getting. Okay, so the signifier card is the Eight of Cups, which is the loss and the walking away. Yeah, I do feel this is around the money here. There's something that in the counterintelligence investigation that Mueller has done around a money trail. Even though he said no, he did not deny seeing Trump's tax returns. Oh, my God. Secrets with this high priestess here. And the emperor in the past position, yeah. Okay, it's keeping Trump's secrets. It's what Trump did prior to becoming president, perhaps in the campaign period. That was Mueller's brief. That's when that counterintelligence investigation began, didn't it? It's something that was done in relation to Trump's business. It's something that they want people to, this is again, it's the all-seeing card here with the Queen of Wands. The all-seeing card. It's in the future position. Okay, let's have a look. Queen of Wands, Judge. That could also be the Judge, Beryl Howe, who oversaw the Mueller grand jury. Currently, there's something there. What is this? There's something, the Eight of Wands, things coming forward, multiple things coming forward very quickly. And this is the hard work to try and stop that. Yeah, here's the plan. Yep. Here's the plan. Will the plan hold up? And here's the plan again. And this is expansion of that plan. Yes. I think expansion of the plan to stop illumination. And here's our Queen of Pentacles here. Finance. It's all to do with finances, dark money, and loss of money as well. Loss of money as well. Remembering Manafort actually lost his I think 43 million was reclaimed by the FBI during the Mueller investigation. Dark money. It's the dark money trail. So this is where I feel it's at with Barr and with Ratcliffe. It's protecting this president here from Barr via the Department of Justice and Ratcliffe via overseeing the intelligence agencies. Something's coming around Ratcliffe, some kind of communication message of concern that's really going to worry the lawmakers, and they're going to be reassessing. So what an unholy trio that is. Barr, Ratcliffe and Trump. But I think that the Trump will have to go to Plan B regarding Ratcliffe. But let's just see. I hope I'm right. These are just my intuitive impressions, viewers. And we'll need to update closer to Ratcliffe's confirmation if he gets that far to see exactly what it is that's coming out that is causing so many people concern. All right, I'll leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed the reading. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. All right, thank you so much.